Hello there, Ken Weller here. Over the years, I've seen my fair share of changes in the motoring world, but few things cause as much head-scratching as the annual ritual of paying our car tax, or Vehicle Excise Duty, VED. It's a topic that seems almost designed to confuse, with different rules for different cars depending on when they were first registered. The way your car is taxed really depends on its age, and it's a story that starts with a very simple, old-school metric. For cars registered before March 2001, the system was straightforward. The government didn't fret about CO2 emissions or hybrid technology back then. It was a simple, two-tier system based on engine size. If your car had an engine size of 1,549 cc or less, you paid a lower rate. Anything bigger, you paid a higher rate. This engine capacity-based system made sense for its time. Larger engines used more fuel and created more pollution. Owners of powerful cars contributed more to the public purse. This approach seemed fair enough to most people at the time. Of course, this system had its limitations. It didn't account for differences in engine efficiency. As environmental concerns grew, it became clear that measuring engine displacement wasn't enough. A new way of thinking was needed, targeting the environmental impact of our cars, and that would soon arrive with the turn of the millennium. As we rolled into the new century, the government's focus shifted dramatically towards the environment. On the 1st of March 2001, a brand new system for calculating car tax was introduced, and it was all about CO2. This change marked a pivotal moment, as it was the first time that VED was directly linked to a car's scientifically measured carbon dioxide emissions. The idea was simple and honestly quite noble: to incentivize both car manufacturers and buyers to favor vehicles that were kinder to the planet. The lower your car's CO2 emissions, the less tax you would pay. It was a clear signal from Westminster about the future of motoring. For cars registered between March 2001 and the end of March 2017, the system was based on a series of tax bands, labeled from A to M. Each band corresponded to a specific range of CO2 emissions, measured in grams per kilometre. Band A was reserved for the very cleanest cars, those with emissions under 100 grams per kilometre, and they paid absolutely nothing in car tax. This was a masterstroke, as it created a huge incentive for people to buy the most efficient models available. At the other end of the scale, cars in the highest band, Band M, faced a hefty annual bill, making them far less attractive to budget-conscious buyers. This CO2-based system had a profound effect on the UK car market. Suddenly, the CO2 figure, once a piece of obscure technical data, became one of the most important numbers on a new car's spec sheet. Buyers started asking showroom salespeople about tax bands, and manufacturers responded by engineering cars to be as clean as possible. We saw the rise of smaller turbocharged engines, advanced diesel technology, and the first wave of popular hybrid vehicles. The system was working exactly as intended, pushing the entire industry towards greater efficiency and rewarding consumers who made greener choices. However, the system became a victim of its own success. As car manufacturers got better and better at reducing emissions, more and more vehicles fell into the lower tax bands. An increasing number of popular family cars qualified for zero or very low road tax. While this was great for motorists' wallets and arguably good for air quality, it meant that the Treasury was seeing a significant drop in revenue from VED. The government realized that the system needed another overhaul to ensure it remained a sustainable source of income to maintain the nation's road network, which led to the next major change in 2017. By 2017, the government decided it was time for another fundamental change to the VED system, primarily to address the dwindling tax revenues. The new rules, which apply to all brand new cars first registered on or after the 1st of April 2017, introduced a completely different structure. While CO2 emissions still play a part, the system is now more focused on establishing a consistent, long-term tax income. The biggest change was the introduction of a different rate for the first year of registration, followed by a flat standard rate for subsequent years, regardless of the car's emissions, unless it's a zero-emission vehicle. Under the current rules, the first-year tax payment is still calculated based on a sliding scale of CO2 emissions, much like the old system. This first payment, often called a showroom tax, can range from nothing for a zero-emission electric car to a very substantial amount for the most polluting models. This is designed to still influence the buyer's choice at the point of purchase, steering them towards cleaner options. However, this is where the similarity to the old system ends. From the second year onwards, the CO2 emissions of the car become almost irrelevant for most drivers. After that initial first-year payment, the system simplifies dramatically. All petrol and diesel cars, including hybrids, are required to pay a single standard flat rate each year. For the current tax year, this is £190. This means that a small, efficient Super Mini pays the exact same annual tax as a large, powerful petrol SUV, provided they were both registered after April 2017. The only cars that escape this annual charge are pure electric vehicles, which produce zero tailpipe emissions. This move was designed to create a more predictable and stable revenue stream for the government from the motoring public. This change had a significant impact. Many buyers who had previously enjoyed zero road tax in their low-emission cars were now faced with an annual bill. It effectively removed the long-term tax-free benefit for all but the purest electric vehicles. While the first-year rate still provides a strong incentive to choose a brand new car with lower emissions, the flat-rate system for the following years means that the ongoing running costs are no longer differentiated by CO2 output. This was a major shift in policy, moving from a purely environmental incentive to a more robust revenue-generating model for the Treasury. On top of the standard VED system, there's an extra charge for pricier new cars, often called the luxury showroom tax. If a new car's list price is £40,000 or more, you'll pay an additional annual fee on top of the standard rate. This supplement applies for 5 years, starting from the second year, and even includes fully electric cars. The list price covers the basic car, VAT, and any extras added before registration, so options can easily push you over the threshold. For the current tax year, this extra charge is £410 per year. That means for 5 years, owners of expensive cars pay the standard rate plus this supplement. Looking ahead, the government is considering new ways to tax cars as electric vehicles become more common. One idea is a weight-based tax, since heavier cars cause more wear and tear, regardless of how they're powered. This would mean large electric SUVs contribute to road maintenance, just like petrol and diesel cars. The world of car tax is changing fast, so it's something to keep an eye on. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more motoring advice.